Hey everyone, it's Kyle from Kool Collectibles, back again for another third-party Transformers review. This time it's the DX9 Carry, aka Rodimus Prime. For all your Transformer needs, click the link in the description below to head on over to Robot Kingdom. They ship worldwide, so definitely check them out. Alright, so this is my first DX9 figure, but after seeing a few pictures online, I thought I'd give it a go, because I do like Rodimus and it does have a pretty cool look to it. So it's a bit like the KFC Citizen stack, which has its own sort of unique style, so it's not completely G1 cartoon accurate. And I do have MP9 that I'll do a side-by-side comparison of in a second. But I thought I'd give this a go, particularly after finding out that it was an all-in-one transformation with the Rodimus trailer and so on. So we'll see how cool it is. I do like this box art here, with the figure there, some of the characters in the background. On the side, very sort of old style. Looks like some sort of Transformers Noir style or something like that. There's a bit of a view of the alt mode, and it does look pretty damn cool. It'll be interesting to see how the transformation goes to get all of that cab folded up along the back there. Just interesting, this quote here: it's not just about living forever, the trick is living with yourself forever. That's interesting. I can't remember Rodimus ever saying that, but I guess I'll take that under advisement. In a dream, eternal hobby. I'm assuming that's a DX9 quote. So a bit of interesting stuff there. Light our darkest hour. So call back to Rodimus and that scene in the movie. So I'll break this guy out and give you guys a closer look. Alright, so these are the contents. I didn't actually realize it came with a separate figure. So I've assumed this is meant to be his Target Master. I think his name was Firebolt. I can't actually quite remember. I think it was called Firebolt, so I'm assuming this is his Target Master friend, which I assume transforms into the other, the rest of the rifle here. So we'll get onto that in a second. Comes with, of course, Carry himself. Comes with a pretty nice quality collector card in the MP style. So I do like that high gloss, better quality cardboard, I guess, to it, or plastic even. It's almost like a credit card style. So I do like that. But I guess the artwork's not too flash. It does give it a bit of an odd proportions to the body there. And I didn't actually realize DX stood for Digital X-Tool. I don't know what that word is. X-Tool. Digital X-Tool 9 toys. No idea about that, but overall nice quality card. Comes with his instruction manual, and it came, I didn't realize it came with this fairly large poster that folds out, and the artwork I actually really do like of Rodimus, although it is on thicker paper, and so the fact that they folded it rather haphazardly, it looks like it's all sort of bent and creased, and you know, even if you do that, you can sort of see where all the ink sort of come off. So they've pretty much ruined it by folding it up. But I do like the overall artwork. It does look very, very nice. But onto the figure, and here he is, and it does roll pretty nicely. So you can see here it does have a bit of weight to it, so that is nice, and overall you can, I guess, immediately tell that that is Rodimus Prime. So just a bit further up here, I do like the chrome here. There's no sort of chipping or marks on it at all that I can see. Probably better than even the Masterpiece figures. So the chrome's very nice there. Would have been nicer if they were able to put some highlights or silver paint around the wheels here. They might actually even be rubber. So that's interesting. They're not like a hard plastic. They actually feel like a soft sort of rubberish material. So not rubber like the normal tires that you would see, but overall they have a nice rubber sort of feel to them. So that's a bit interesting. It's almost like off-road wheels. So yeah, the only difference I would have picked is a bit of silver there, would have made that highlight a bit nicer. But overall, it looks pretty damn good from every angle. I'm still not sure how this whole chunk here folds away in bot mode, but it all seems to feel pretty hefty and locked into place, so nothing quite loose or anything like that. I guess this whole top section here is a bit, you can see a whole bunch of scratches and so on, so that's not too good. But so just be aware of that, and that's straight out of the box, so I don't know if that's just the way it's made in the factory. But everything else seems to be okay. The front looks pretty nice. I do like the blue plastic here and on the lights, which is very G1 sort of accurate. So they have given a bit of space for the emblem if you want to put a sticker there. I guess mine doesn't look quite straight. You can see that the front cockpit section here is a bit angled wrong, so I'm not sure if that's just an issue with the way it's aligned or clipped into place. But just be aware of that. But other than that, it does look pretty damn cool. And it does look very chunky and muscular. So I don't have the MP9 molds set up with the trailer because I was always afraid of the paint rub, but I might do that for MP9B shortly. But I'll just bring out the two figures now. Just hold on. Alright, so I always have two molds of the MPs, normally with a repaint. So I always have the repaints in alt mode. So here is MP9B, and you can see that in this particular mode it is pretty damn big compared to carry here. So I think the transformation is a bit of a cheat for MP9 into the full trailer mode, so I think that sort of swings around and so on. But with the trailer on, the MP9 mold will probably be slightly larger, I think, in that particular mode. I don't actually have the trailer on me somewhere. I should have brought that out, but hopefully that gives you a bit of a size comparison anyway. But I do have to say I still prefer the MP9 mold. There's just nothing more accurate to the cartoon than that mold at this point in time. They have teased just the other day a new hot rod that's supposedly in scale with Prow, so that'll be pretty damn interesting to see how that turns out next. But that's for another day. So there's the quick comparison with MP9. But I'll start the transformation on this guy and take you through that to get into bot mode. Hold on. Actually, before I get into the transformation, I almost forgot about Firebolt here, or whatever his name is, and I'll just show you the transformation into the weapon. Overall, this figure is pretty nice. I'll give you guys a closer look at the figure. Head sculpt. There's no articulation in the head there, but the paint app and the moulding is pretty nicely detailed. Lots of range of motion in the arms and the legs and the knees, so pretty decent articulated figure there. And it does come with these little wing flappy things that fit into the holes here, but essentially you have to pull them off as part of the transformation anyway, so I've left them off. But to get him into the rifle, yeah, you pretty much just rotate his legs out like so, rotate his forearms out, I think, and then his whole body pretty much just splits like so. And this little slot here needs to fit in that hole there, so you need to somehow, what I did before was I managed to get that in like so, and then just bend it down straight, which doesn't always work quite well. I think I've rotated these the wrong way around. Hang on. These forearms go upwards like so, actually. Like so. And then you can push that section a bit flatter. And then the pegs here fit into the holes in the fists. So that holds them in place fairly nicely. If I can get that in there like so. And then these legs at the bottom here, you just bend his feet down like so, and on this side you can bend that foot down, and this time there's a little peg here, so on this side you can actually sort of peg it in to tighten that like so. So you get the general idea on what the rifle might look like that. And then you just grab this tip here. There's a bit of a peg at the bottom or at the top there, and then it just fits in that slot there. So you just put that in like so, and that's pretty much his massive rifle. So a pretty interesting concept there, and I think you can just bring in the trailer and stick it on the back here, and have him riding around in a massive rifle on the back. So not a bad display option like that. But now I'll really will get into the transformation of Carry right here. Hold on. Alright, so I've tried the transformation back and forth once, and it is a little bit fiddly. Probably not as painful as MP9 was and still is. But I did spend an inordinate amount of time trying to peg everything and push everything and line everything up to get it back into the alt mode here. So I'll go through it with you step by step, because I found it, well, I always find transformations a bit painful, so I'll go through it fairly slowly. But you pretty much start off at the back here, and as you can see the thing's all stuck in the middle here, but you pretty much just unpeg it. As you can see there, so there are these two slots on the side here that fit into these slots on the back here. So they have designed it with you know, pegs and grooves and things all over the place to get it to squeeze in place, but it just takes a bit of futzing to get it there. So flip that up, and then flip these tail pipes up like so. It's just actually on the little grooves here that fit over the top of those pipes, so it's probably a good thing that the chrome is so good, because if there's a bit of misalignment you might scratch the hell out of that. But the chrome does look like it's pretty thick and nicely painted on. So just lift those up again like that. Now this was the bit that baffled me to start off with, but this whole wing section here needs to fold out, and it pretty much requires unpegging everything along here, so you can actually move this out the way to get it there. So everything along the legs here is all pegged in, and the wing here is also pegged in, so you just sort of try and pry it away and just undo everything. So you can see that I'm having trouble doing this again as it is. So let me just try and unpeg everything here. If I can actually, because you sort of push everything in so tight to squeeze it in. I don't want to snap anything off. So yeah, there you go. Pretty much eventually unpegs. So I'll try and do it on this side. So it is a pretty resilient plastic, so luckily it doesn't snap, but over time I don't know how strong that's going to last. But as eventually you see all these little slots at the bottom here in the grey, this piece has little pegs that slot in there that you need to fit in. But once they're unpegged, you pretty much just fold that out of the way like so. So get it past the groove, and then it's on these hinges here that you see there. So then you do the same on this side, and just move it out the way and unpeg it like that. It does sound a bit scary, and I pretty much crapped myself the first time I did it because I thought I broke something, but it's all these joints are pretty strong, surprisingly. So you just fold those back down again, and there's a little peg that fits into the hole there, so that folds away, and then you just fold those down and clip it in place so it's nice and flat like so. And so that clips in place like that, and then this front section here just folds up like so. So you pretty much have that there. So the back half here is a pretty nice bit of engineering. So it's on a double hinge right here, so you just fold that up and just make sure that's folded up all the way like so, and lying flat like that, and then you just fold these down the side like so, and then collapse that in until it's like that, and then you pretty much just fold that down, and I think that pretty much is the backpack. So I'm assuming it looks like that and like that, so it is pretty nicely folded away. The next step is to do the legs here, so you just unpeg it from the front right there, so just pull that out and then fold this down. I actually do like this bit of engineering here, so you fold that down, fold that around, so that pretty much forms the back half of the lower leg, and the front half you swing around like that and pretty much clip it in place, and so that forms the lower leg. So just do the same on this side. It's already unpegged. Swing that down, swing this up, make sure that's sort of aligned, and then you can swing that around and clip that in place, and that pretty much forms his legs like that. And then in the feet here, you just get your fingernail in there, I think. If you have long nails, it's probably going to help. You just bend those out. I think bend that out again to form the heel. So that's pretty much his leg there, or his foot there. So just do the same on this side. Oh, it's extremely hard to get these out. Hang on, I'll get it out off camera. Alright, so the legs end up like so. So you get a good look at it from that direction, and I think you then turn the legs around like so. So you get a look at his lower half there. So it does look pretty good with those feet and so on. Alright, so the next step is then to just move that out of the way and move that up, I think, and then you can separate the halves there. So you can see the split down the middle here, so pretty much just move that down to the side and move that down to the side, so you get a feel for where his shoulders will be, like so. And then this whole section folds down. Oh no, I think you need to pull it up, and then this whole section folds down like that, I think. Hold on a second, let me double check before I snap something. Actually no, it's not this section here that folds down, so just be careful there. So luckily there is a fairly large silver screw right there that holds that joint together. It's just this bit at the top here that folds down like so. I think that's as far as it goes. And just be careful, because I've got a bit of paint chipping there already from the transformation, I think. Just to put his head up like so, and you just turn that around, and let me think, how does this go? Just hold on a second. Alright, so this section is actually in two pieces, so you just fold this down. Now I thought you had to clip it in, fold this down all the way, which you do eventually need to do, but for this part of the transformation you can't, because you still need to rotate it. So if you just fold that down for now and rotate it, it's much easier, and then push this section in as far as it can go. So just push it in like so, and that's a much better fit. Otherwise, if you push it in all the way in before you do the rotation, it won't rotate, because it'll get stuck against this center pillar thing here. So just be aware of that. So once that's turned around, you pretty much then fold this whole section up, and these little pegs, slots there, will fit into the pegs on the side there. So you just fold that up somehow. Just oh, now I think I've got this in the way, so hold on a second. Yeah, I forgot that this is on a little bit of a hinge here, so you just need to push it back out of the way, and then you can push this forward and try and squeeze it into those slots. So you squeeze it in there, just go to the other side, make sure that's pegged in. So you just use these little levers here, I guess, to get a bit of tension. Just squeeze that in. So I think that fits in nice and tight like so. And then with the fists here, you just fold them out and you can turn them around. So the fists here, just fold them out and turn them around like so. So the transformation is almost complete. Alright, so what you do now is you just unpeg that slightly and just rotate that forearm down and then squeeze it into place like that. And then this piece at the back, this chrome piece at the back here, folds down onto that little peg there. So just fold that down and it clips into place. So the same thing on this side, just gently move it out, push it in, and it should all clip into place like so. And then just fold that chrome piece down at the back here, clip that into place, and then you pretty much just fold up the arms. So you see the peg there goes into that slot right there. So you just fold that up, move that down, clip that in place, ratchet his arms down, and somehow clip that in place. That's not... Hold on a second, it seems to be stuck. Alright, it was stuck because this joint at the bottom there is on a double hinge sort of thing. So you just need to make sure that it's pushed all the way down like so. And then the slot there will line up. And then you can just clip it in place like so. So that's all good. Turn his head around. And that is pretty much it. So there he is in bot mode. Probably looks a bit more complicated with my transformation than it really is, but overall not too bad. So I'll just grab MP9 for a quick comparison. Hold on. Alright, so here he is next to MP9, and size wise it's pretty damn equal, and even proportion wise it's pretty close as well. So I guess the biggest difference for me is how damn big these wings are, but I guess some people like that sort of more heroic wing look as opposed to the smaller ones for MP9. But overall, if you're into G1 cartoon accuracy, MP9's the one to get. If you want a more of a unique variant take on Rodimus, then DX9 carry here is pretty damn good. So overall, the sort of G1 colorway with the grey shins and feet, and the orange thighs, everything looks pretty damn good. So on the back, I guess the kibble is pretty massive on carry there, and here is MP9. So MP9 is probably a little bit cleaner, but the backpack is still pretty damn massive on MP9, as you can see there. So overall, pretty equal in all the sort of proportions and the backpack and so on. So I was lucky enough to get version 2, so mine sort of hangs together pretty easily with no issues. But for version 1 MP9 owners, there were quite a few issues, but overall, side by side, they do look pretty damn good together. I'll just go through the articulation. Hold on. Alright, articulation wise, he's pretty good. So you can get his arms quite a fair way to the side. I thought you could do it a bit more than that, but I guess his head gets in the way. But the arms do rotate quite a bit on that ratchet. It does rotate back and forth with no issue, and so the backpack and the wing here is engineered to get out of the way, which is pretty good. And the elbow bends to about that far, so just under 90 degrees, not too bad. There is a swivel at the elbow, and the wrists do move as well. So let me see if the fingers, the hands and the fingers do open out, just on a separate joint for the pointing finger there. So that's pretty good, and the same sort of mechanism as the MPs with the slot there for his rifle. I'm not sure if that's even really needed though, because it looks like the rifle was just a ball, like a straight peg there. Waist, there is no waist articulation that I can see. Oh no, yes there is. So that's pretty good. So he has a pretty good range of motion there. And the legs of course splay out quite far and rotate all the way out and rotate all the way back. So that is a pretty damn awesome range of motion. The knees here bend to just past 90 degrees, which is pretty awesome. And the legs here, the ankles, love the ankle rocking as I always do. There is no, I think there is an ankle tilt. I do see a hinge there, so like a little red plastic piece, but I can't seem to articulate that, which is a bit strange. I don't want to snap anything, but I can't seem to move that. Oh no, it goes up, but I guess that's as far as it goes down because of that particular joint or that piece of plastic there, so it can't go past that point. But I guess if you bend his knee and have his ankle facing that way, you can get into some pretty decent action poses. So overall, that's actually not too bad. So you can get him into heaps of good poses in his arms. So if I just splay him out like so, in a bit of an action pose, turn his waist. He does look pretty damn awesome. So I think for those of you that like these sort of variant transformers and so on, you're going to have a field day with this guy. He looks, and the build quality is pretty good, which is a good thing because some of the transformations does need you to bend the plastic a little bit. So the fact that it is a bit sturdier, I do worry about these wings a little bit and how long they're going to last, but overall the build quality is pretty good. Everything feels fairly sturdy and not overly fragile, so, and the joints are pretty firm, so nothing loose or rattling around in there. So overall I'm pretty impressed. I guess what it comes down to might be just whether or not you like this sort of aesthetic. Give you a close-up of his head sculpt here. The head sculpt's probably not the best that I would say for Rodimus. And you can probably see a bit of a paint chip on mine in the just right on the nose. It's a tiny tiny dot on his nose there, but overall not too bad. So I hope you like that look at DX9 Carry. It's available right now at Robot Kingdom. If you click the link in the description, you'll head straight over there. It's pretty good. I guess for those that are mainly into the Masterpiece line, it probably won't fit in too well with your collection. If you've got MP22 Ultra Magnus, I would still recommend trying to find a way to get MP9 into your collection instead of this. But if you've got Combiner Wars or even some of the other sort of Generations figures, this fits in pretty well. Perhaps even better with Citizen stacks. So particularly if you want to get Tyrant as well, which is their DX9's version of Galvatron coming up next, I think it would pretty much go perfectly with this. So that's pretty much all I have to say. Hopefully you like that look. Hopefully you can click that subscribe button. I've got the MP12 reissue comparison and new coin coming up next, and a few other things coming up over the next month or so. So hopefully you can stick around for all of that. Thanks again, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Cheers. Bye.